Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. I have just witnessed Ipswich 0, Aston Villa 4. Wow, I need 4 of my fingers today. Cue jokes in the comments about me having 6 fingers because I'm an Ipswich fan, yay. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the season. Neither team really has a lot to play for. Villa are kind of entrenched in the playoffs. They're not going to get second and they're not going to drop out. So they were fairly relaxed. Ipswich under Brian Klug and the kind of caretaker management. So very relaxed atmosphere at Portman Road today. 20,000. So some of the fans are coming back and it felt a little bit more United today. But they were delivered a pretty hefty beating by Villa. So Ipswich's lineup: Bielkowski in goal, Spence, Carter, Vickers, Knudsen, the 3 centre backs, Kenlock and Ward wing backs, Skews, Hyam, Nydam in midfield, and Selina joins Wakeon up front. So one change from the team that lost at Forest in the 95th minute last week. Villa, very sort of strong, pragmatic, steady team. Johnston in goal, El Mohammadi, Chester, Yedinak, Taylor are the back four, so we didn't get to see John Terry at Portman Road today. Bjarnason, Hurahan, Whelan in the centre. Anoma and Grealish, well, Anoma started right and Grealish went left, but they did swap several times during the game. Lewis Grabham up front. No Snodgrass for Villa, who's been a good player for them. Lots of assists. Lots of central players. Be interested in comments from the Villa fans about actual natural wide players, because there seems to be all of those midfielders are pretty much central midfielders. So don't know whether there's a bit of a lack of width there. It didn't matter today, it's fair to say. Lots of fun in the Villa stand as well. Seemed to be Ian Taylor and John Carew actually in the stand. So very interested. And apparently Ed Sheeran in the box the other end. So I think even though Villa won the game, Ipswich win in celebrity status there. Knudsen, big switch on 3 minutes to Ward, drops the shoulder. He puts it over, it goes past everyone. Nydam could have given Ipswich the lead on 3 minutes. I don't know, he should have put his laces through it and he side foots it, tries to control it, which is never a bad thing, but really made a mess of it. Very attritional for the next 15 minutes. No goal-bound effort. Spence gets forward on 17 down the right. Knudsen up supporting. Nydam lays it off. It's on Knudsen's right foot, so it's a bit of a, oh, I'd better shoot, but I know I'm not going to get this on target because of my right foot. Worked over right to left by Villa. On the ground to Hurahan. His shot's deflected wide. The corner goes in. Chester's charging and he nearly gets the first one. And then from the second one, Hurahan has a shot, looks very goal-bound and hits Skews in the face. So Villa come out on about 20 minutes and then they score on 24 minutes. They go on to win the game easily, but this decisively really went against Ipswich because all goals count, obviously, but this is a really muggy goal by Villa, quite lucky goal. Grabham picks it up, he drifts inside, he hits a shot with not a lot of pace, and we know Bielkowski's good in goal. It takes a deflection, so Bielkowski dives one way, the ball then goes in slow motion the other way, bounces up, hits the post, could go anywhere. Obviously, it goes straight to Hurahan. He doesn't even get that good a shot on it, really. Bielkowski's been off the ground, so he jumps up. He gets his hands on it. Nothing about this goal is decisive. It kind of flollops into the side netting, and it's just annoying because we know Villa are a good side in the playoffs, but didn't have to do a lot to score, and a couple of lucky breaks on that goal. I'm not saying they were lucky to win the game, but that swing was not the luckiest goal for Ipswich, let's just say, on 24. Waghorn feeds Ward through on 28. He's in a really good position. He's kind of done a diagonal run over to the left-hand side. Poor cross from him. Villa pressing really well now from about the half an hour mark. I don't know whether the trigger for them was taking the lead. It didn't seem to start like that. They kind of sat back a bit to begin with. Ipswich, under the old manager, just not used to the passing game and couldn't pass through Villa's press. So the game began to get a bit one-sided then. Hurahan, he curls a free kick over on 39. And then on 41, the game effectively ends because there's a red card for Ipswich. It is a red card. It's a bit of a fortuitous one because Ward and Taylor are coming together. The ball comes out of the sky. Ward is looking at the ball. He sticks his foot out and kind of misses the ball and ends up raking his studs down Neil Taylor's leg. Obviously, we know in the laws that intent is irrelevant, so the fact he's looking up in the air and doesn't mean it doesn't really affect the laws. Although I will say he's not steamed into someone and endangered him that way by being overly aggressive or reckless or excessive force, whatever the wording is. But he has endangered Taylor, and right in front of the Villa bench as well, and they all jump up. It happens quickly. Bam, red card, game over. Ipswich kind of go 4-4-1, 4-4-1, but it doesn't really matter now because I've seen Villa play even with 11 men, and they're very pragmatic, very strong. They hold their positions well. They have a good team shape and kind of grind you down without necessarily being, other than say Grealish and Adama, very dynamic. So 10 against 11 against Villa is not going to end well. Into the second half, Villa have moved their press up and Ipswich just can't get out. Anoma intercepts. Bjarnason shoots wide left-footed, Whelan then with a give and go on 52 out to Anoma, low right foot. Good save by Białkowski. Villa smelled blood, and the substitution Ipswich make kind of plays into their hand. Ipswich, as I say, as Villa press further forward, Ipswich totally unable to get out. Nothing to hit up front, so they bring Freddie Sears on, presumably just to play the channels and have an outball for him to run onto. But immediately after Sears comes on, Villa go 2-0 up. So it's fed into Graben in the box. He backs into Knudsen, rolls him nicely. He's sort of 6 yards out. Good finish in off the post. So Ipswich have made their play to uncork the pressure and Villa score immediately. So Graben has a hand in both of those first two goals. Waghorn tries a long ranger with his lesser right foot, so rare shot for Ipswich, and then it's just Villa dominance really now. So Grealish curls for the corner, hits Knudsen in the face, that was going in. Next attack, Whelan drives not far wide. Hogan comes on for Taylor, so pretty attacking change actually. Bjarnason ends up left back, Graben on the left of midfield, and Grealish comes in central midfield, presumably to cause a bit of havoc. Interesting that Bruce waits for 10 vs 11 and 2-0 to put Grealish in there, because he's a really dangerous player. Be interesting to see him in there for the whole game. Great run by Spence actually, a breakout by him, nearly feeds Waghorn through. Weird sort of half cross, half shot by Hurahan straight at Bart. Ipswich can't get out. Grealish slides it inside the fullback. Bjarnason's clear. He's got loads of time. Really bad finish by him. He's in on the left foot, puts it in the side netting. Great chance. A couple more subs. So Connolly comes in for Nydam for Ipswich, presumably just fresh legs. Lansbury comes in for Hurahan. Anoma misses a long ranger. Then Falami comes in for Hyam. So a lot of the young players getting a go for Ipswich, despite being 2-0 down against a superior team. Graben tries a trickler from the edge, that goes through, and then we get two quick fire goals to take it from 2-0 to 4-0. Villa are just sitting there. Ipswich can't get out and they're just waiting to pounce. Ipswich try and play out from the back, which ends disastrously. This is 77 minutes. Knudsen to Carter Vickers. I like Carter Vickers, but it's a terrible pass by him out. Anoma picks it up and he's running onto it, so you're completely on the back foot. He drives forward a bit, feeds it into Graben, who's come in from left to right. I think it's a first timer as well. Another one in off the post, so well played by Graben. He puts it in. His second goal, I mean, he won't get an assist for the first one because of the deflection and the post, but had a hand in all three of those goals, so very effective player today, Graben. And then 4-0 straight away. Ipswich reset, and just a couple of minutes later, switch from right to left. Bjarnason, nice chest control, jumps up, chests it. Crosses it in. Lansbury is arriving from midfield, gets a kind of flick on it into the corner, and it's 4-0, and we're just sitting there saying no more, please, no more goals. Adoma comes in for Graben, which is a bit worrying because he's a good player as well. He crosses for El Mohamed, who heads wide. Hogan wants a goal. The last two chances are him. He turns, curls one wide, and gets a lucky bounce in the box and hits it over. So 4-0 to Villa. Ipswich didn't start badly. Nydam should have scored on 3 minutes, had the good chance, and they got in good positions. Little bit hard luck with the Villa goal. Obviously a deflection and then bouncing off the post to Hurahan, and you know, the first real good chance falls very fortuitously for Villa, and they get the 1-0. Ipswich come into it a bit, and then yeah, the red card kills it. I'm sure there'll be some debate about the red card, as there always is, but the ref was very close. The intent is irrelevant. There did seem to be no intent from Ward, but if you do endanger your opponent, you tend to get a red card. I was very worried about the second half, and Villa played it well, pressed a little bit further up and just picked Ipswich off 3 times. Villa fans, be very interested from you what you think now. Villa definitely going to finish in the playoffs. I don't know how the results have gone today, but it looks like Middlesbrough. So that's going to be 2 pragmatic teams and managers against each other. Could be very tight and not many goals. Do you think you can get through? And is it good enough for a club of Villa size? I know it's fun coming and winning 4-0 away, but you go to the Villa Stadium and you see all the history, and should they really be up in the Premier League? Star man for Villa today was really Grabban. I was expecting it to be Grealish, but Grabban gets 2 goals, played 2 positions, pretty much sets the first one up. Obviously got some stick for being ex-Norwich, but played it very well, so I'd give Grabban the star guy today for Villa. But let me know if you're a Villa fan in the comments. Can you make it through? Who do you want in the playoffs? How do you see it playing out? Are you too pragmatic to get through, or is that exactly how you have to be in the playoffs? Let me know what you think. From an Ipswich point of view, obviously a 4-0 home defeat sucks. I'm sure the outsiders who think that the previous manager was is some kind of martyr and saint will say, oh well, look, you're losing 4-0. I can give mitigating factors and say the first goal was lucky, and then you're playing 10 against 11 against a clearly superior team with much higher funding and much higher budget, who's been in the Premier League and got parachute payments. The previous manager obviously lost 2-0 so earlier in the season to them, so only an extra 2 goals today with 1 less player. So you tell me the difference. But 20,000 in there today, and for the first time in ages, lots of singing, lots of chanting. Young players getting a chance, and it's a shame the game was uncompetitive after the red card, because there wasn't really a lot was going to happen with that lineup against Villa's, with 1 man less and 1 goal behind. Wasn't ever going to end well, like I said. Ipswich fans, what do you think for the rest of the season? What do you want to see in the remaining 2 games against Reading and Borough? And who the hell do you want as manager? Thank you as usual for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Glynn. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, keep it friendly, keep it civil. It's all a little bit of fun here on YouTube. Also, I was at Fulham versus Millwall last night, so if you're a Villa fan, you might want to watch that to find out maybe about possible likely playoff opponents. I will see you very soon, and thank you very much for watching.